So in this video, we're going to talk about SafeMoon. Is it a moon? Is it safe? Is it going to the moon? We're going to go ahead and break down everything you need to know about SafeMoon. By the way, guys, my name is Justin Fernio from Push and Profit. Hope you're having a beautiful day. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like button if you enjoy any content in this video, and let's go ahead and get started. So SafeMoon is a hot new cryptocurrency that has recently emerged into the crypto space and has garnered the attention of many individuals, much like Dogecoin did once, Elon Musk started tweeting about it and brought a lot of hype to it. Now, I want to talk about something. So at the time of this recording, SafeMoon is trading for fractions of a penny, literally fractions of a penny, right? Now, I want to kind of talk about why this can go up, and also kind of bring a little bit of a disclaimer on what your game plan should be, especially if you plan on trading and investing in this cryptocurrency. Now, recently I was featured in an article, and in that article I was talking about penny stocks. Now I'm going to tie this all together. I know cryptocurrency and stocks are completely different, but by the way, if you guys are new to the channel, I'm someone who mostly engages in stocks, but also am right now participating in the crypto space, riding the momentum, because there is money to be made, right? So if you're watching this video and you want to learn, how to take advantage of the money to be made, make sure you watch this video to the end, okay? Now, in that article, I mentioned how oftentimes a lot of new individuals who get exposed to the stock market, are interested in something called penny stocks, right? Stocks that trade for anything less than $5 is considered a penny stock, right? And the reason that they get allured into this penny stock space is because the idea behind a lot of individuals is that, hey, if this is valued at 1 penny and I buy it and it goes up to $1, I'm going to be stinking rich, right? That's kind of that thought process. And in reality, you have to also obviously think about, a few other things, because price doesn't really dictate the value of a company, right? So a lot of times you have to look into what is a trend, what is the company doing, and most often, right, I'm going to say 99% of the time, and again, all statistics are made up on the spot, but a majority of the time, regardless, penny stocks do not go up, right? They typically trend downwards with a few pumps, but typically trend downwards. Now, that is not always the case, as a few times, right, very rare, there are penny stocks that end up turning into great companies. For example, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, right? It used to be a penny stock about like 5 years ago, and now it's trading for $86 a share, kind of becoming a mid-cap stock, competing with companies like Intel, right? So there are stories where penny stocks can turn into, great companies. Just like in crypto, especially if we take a look at the history in Bitcoin was trading for fractions of penny, and then obviously now we could look at the price of Bitcoin. It's been massive, right? So a lot of times, what happens with penny stocks is people buy in and they lose money. Now with cryptocurrency, the pump can be much more higher than penny stocks, right? And the reason behind this is simply because cryptocurrencies aren't regulated as securities, right? As much as securities, right? Pretty much in the last few decades, stocks have been regulated. There's no more pump and dumps that used to happen in the boiler room in the 1980s, right? In fact, if you guys all have seen The Wolf of Wall Street, you guys have seen that, obviously there used to be a lot of pump and dumps in the stock market. And of course they still do occur, but they are highly regulated. They are investigated, versus in the crypto space, these regulations cease to exist. Right? So what happens is you have a lot of cryptocurrencies that trade for fractions of pennies, and of course nowadays we have social media. So we have social media pumping these, cryptocurrencies that turn, the fractions of a penny into sometimes even a fraction of $1, or even more than $1, right? So I want to encourage, if you are going to trade, make sure you have a plan, because a lot of these alternative coins are gonna fall and crash, right? And I'm sorry, I don't want to be a hater out there. I know this video you might hit the dislike button, but before you do, please just watch this video towards the end. So what happens is, of course, you do have some alternative coins, right? Like you have Litecoin, that or Ethereum, where they do end up still trending upwards in the long term, kind of similar to Bitcoin. But what happens is that we also see a lot of cryptocurrencies, they're not actually coins and are tokens. So this is where we have to talk about the difference between coins and tokens. So this part of the video is very important for you to understand. So the main difference between a coin and a token is really that the coin is native to its own blockchain technology, while a token is built on the blockchain technology of a coin. right? So hopefully this isn't going over your heads. I can make this into a longer video if you guys request it, but I'm not going to make this video that type of video breaking down the two differences, simply because, you know, I know the attention span of YouTubers or people who watch YouTube is fairly short. It's in our nature. We don't like to watch too much. We just need the straight facts. So that's what I'm going to provide for you. So a lot of times what we're seeing is that we see a lot of tokens being built up fairly quickly, right? In fact, I could even make my own cryptocurrency token, right? It's fairly easy, honestly. In fact, if I were to make one, would you guys buy it? That's just a question I'm asking. But anyways, they're fairly easy to make, and it's because they are not designing their own technology behind it. They're actually building off another token or another coin, sorry. And in fact, one of the coins that they build off from mostly is Ethereum, right? So a lot of these tokens are really just using the technology from Ethereum. They're quick and easy to produce. And also coins are used more as a currency, while tokens can be used more for utility or other features. Right now, I'm not going to break down the whole concept of how you could use a token, because there's multiple different ways. But just think about it like this: coins use their own technology and they are viewed more as a currency, while tokens can be used for other things as well. Of course, they're both tradable, right? They both can make you a ton of money and they both can lose you a ton of money. So with that information out there, we're going to go ahead and bring this back to Safemoon. So the first thing that we have to mention is that Safemoon is a token. So we have to think about it, right? The longevity of it is not going to be long, and eventually it's going to crash, because this is not the next Bitcoin. This is not offering its own blockchain type of technology, right? This is something that is reliant on another native blockchain. So that's something we have to consider. But just because the longevity of this cryptocurrency isn't going to be something like a Bitcoin or an Ethereum doesn't mean that you can't make money on Safemoon, right? Now, I really want to say this with caution, because you can lose a lot of money, right? So do not invest more than what you could lose. But here's the reason why you can make money on Safemoon, and also a few other things on Safemoon that do make it sketchy. So Safemoon, first of all, they're playing off the slogan Moon, right? So if you guys are familiar in the investing space when it comes to cryptocurrencies, when it comes to options, when it comes to future tradings, when it comes to Forex, when it comes to stocks, basically any tradable asset that you can just, open up an account and trade, there's this phrase coin to the moon, right? And that phrase means that something is going to go up. So this coin is playing off that phrase that this is going to the moon. So it already has that kind of idea built in to a lot of new people who are getting into this new crypto space, right? So that's just one thing, kind of irrelevant, but I just wanted to throw it out there. Now, another thing is that what makes SafeMoon very unique is what they're doing with their fees, right? So when you buy into SafeMoon, right, when you plan to sell SafeMoon, you're going to be imposed a 10% fee on it to sell that, right? Now, the reason they are imposing this 10% fee for SafeMoon is because they want to incentivize individuals to hold longer, right? So what they do is when someone sells their SafeMoon token, they're going to pay 10%. Now, half of that, 5%, is going to be rewarded to the other SafeMoon individuals who are still holding the token. So, in fact, they actually make money from holding in the token longer, right? So it has this kind of like pyramid scheme type of idea where, hey, if you buy in now, there's going to be more people buying in, and whoever sells is going to, sell, and we get to collect a percentage. So really the momentum with this is kind of just adding more people in, until one day the whales at the bottom, the people who are the big investors who had tons of money, sell off, right? Taking their profits, dragging the price dramatically, and then trigger off the sell-off, right? So when the sell-off is going to happen, I don't know, right? I cannot predict that, right? And I'm sorry that, I'm just not someone that could predict that, but I do want to say that is going to happen. But what I want to say is that you can take over the momentum, as this is something that is still fairly new. A lot of individuals are still trying to purchase this. And also what makes this, something that's hard to purchase is simply just because this is not something that has, at the time of this video, been listed on, Coinbase or a lot of other crypto exchanges. And in fact, the way that you got to purchase this is fairly tricky, where you're going to have to buy most of the time Ethereum coins and exchange it on another, on a wallet, right? Like a non-custodial wallet, like Trust Wallet, or I think it's called Metadata Wallet, something like that. I don't even want to go into crypto wallets, because that again could be another 20-minute video, but a non-custodial wallet, and then you're going to have to exchange to buy SafeMoon. So overall, the whole process to purchase it is fairly complex, right? But again, it has, a lot of triggers to it where one, the name to the moon is kind of having this idea built into people that this is going to the moon. Two, it has this pyramid scheme incentive where if you buy in, you're going to collect from whoever sells off, which is triggering more people to, have more people to buy in. And, there's trying to have that incentive that you don't want to sell, you want to hold. Thus, it's going to drag the price higher, right? And then on top of that, they have the whole very cheap price that if this goes from 1/3 of a penny into a penny, you're gonna make a ton of money, right? So that's just another factor playing into it. So it has a lot of psychological triggers that is gonna have a lot of people come and join SafeMoon. But again, I do want to warn you that this is not a coin, and this is eventually gonna fall off, especially since we have a bunch of whales at the bottom, a lot of investors. I'm sorry, I say whales, but that's just a stock market term. But a lot of investors who are, heavily positioned in this, just waiting for the right time to sell, which is going to crash the token, right? So, I just want to say, please invest whatever you can afford to lose. You may want to take advantage of the momentum because, again, we have social media playing a big part into this where we have, groups on Telegram, we have Twitter, we have Facebook groups. I mean, all sorts of social media communication feature services kind of promoting this, right? So that's another thing. It has great branding. What made Dogecoin go to the moon was really the branding, the whole social media communication of everyone telling everyone you want to buy into Dogecoin. So obviously that's going to have a momentum in bringing the price up. So this is what's going on with SafeMoon, right? Essentially it's going on with SafeMoon. So in reality, what you need to have a cryptocurrency to blow up is really just word of mouth, spread of the news, right? And that really just comes with great branding. If you have a cryptocurrency that you brand very well, you could pump it. And again, pump and dumps are not regulated in cryptocurrency. So this could have a massive pump, just like Dogecoin, which is why you may or may not want to potentially enter. Okay, now I say may or may not because I don't want to tell any individual what to do. On my channel, I always say that you want to do your due diligence. You just don't want to buy in simply just because someone else has bought in, right? For example, I have a friend, I'm not going to say his name, mentioned that his uncle turned $2,000 right into $100,000 in just a week in SafeMoon, right? So then this creates another gate of FOMO happening, right? Fear of missing out, where now you're hearing stories of other individuals turning a small sum of money into a larger sum of money, and this is bringing more people in. And of course, the whole incentive of everyone saying diamond hand this because you have that incentive that you don't want to sell because of the fee. It just turns into this big snowball effect of something that can massively explode. So hopefully you guys made it to this part of the video, and if you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below, and hopefully you are able to make your decision if you want to invest into SafeMoon, right? Is this something that you see yourself taking the risk on investing, because investments always carry an inherent risk. So at the end of the day, it's all up to you. I am not advocating to buy SafeMoon. It's really up to you, but there is money that can be made, but I am warning of, the longevity of this. It's going to crash eventually. With that being said, guys, hope you guys like this video. Make sure to hit that like button. If you don't like anything, make sure to hit that dislike button. I probably am going to have a few people hitting that dislike button, unfortunately, because when you express your opinion on how cryptocurrency can somewhat be similar to a pyramid scheme, of course, some people are not going to like to hear that. But it is the truth. So with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you on the next video.